best class in Deep Rock Galactic, no bias by the way, is the engineer.
Well, I played
Shut up, driller preferred class! Look, if you don't believe me, I'll show you some cold hard facts. Let's start with the basics. NG has a semi-auto shotgun called the Warthog Auto 210, which is basically a war crime stick. With 6 mag-fed shotgun shells and the stunning power of ketamine, this beast of a gun could shred any hordes of bugs that may swarm you. It's a shotgun, doesn't that mean it has the range of my IQ? To one shot, yes, but all it takes is one extra shell to deal with those pesky light armored ranged units. Besides, your turret is set up, right? Oh, yeah, that's right, you don't even have one. The humble turret may not outright slay bugs, but it does soften the swarms whenever they get within biting range. Now, the main downside is that it's not full auto, but burst. This may dissuade you from using it, but the positives overwhelm the negatives. First, it starts off with 90 rounds that it can spill into the enemies at a pretty decent rate. Second, the turret takes 4 seconds to construct and can be moved and placed anywhere, quickly. And last, the burst fire makes it so that your sentry gun isn't scarfing down lead like an A-10 Warthog's GAU-8 Avenger, allowing you not to have to babysit it. So one downside to 3 positives is a fraction I'm okay with. Now, what can be better than 1 turret? Well, 2. One of the first upgrades you could choose gives you a whole second turret. Like having unwanted twins, this has 2 major disadvantages while having some positives. The bad starts with the turrets taking 2 times as long to build while using ammo twice as fast. But once they are set up, the swarms will fear the DPS gods. This means they could outperform you by not having what you do. Bad aim.
You're a fucking idiot!
Which is more like 3 bad sides and 1 positive. But anyway, the bullets that leave this automated machine of destruction can be modified to stun targets on body shot. And on top of that, it has twice the swivel power of an owl, giving the engineer the best area denial tool, as no matter where enemies come from, it will find them before you do. My point is that the turret is a tool that's sole purpose is to cripple high numbers of glyphids, making them weaker than a swarmer before they get to you, while also dealing with swarmers.
Burn, baby!
Now, bullying the low weight classes from the cave-dwelling creatures may upset the bigger ones, so how do you deal with them? Oh, you know, just a 40mm breech-loaded grenade launcher. The Deep Core 40 PGL is a standard secondary which comes with 9 spare rounds, does pretty decent damage against Praetorians while killing anything smaller around it. It also has a fear factor that causes a PTSD moment in the bugs, and makes them turn their backs to you and run away. Do I even need to say how effective this is against Praetorians? The big tank bugs that have a big weak spot behind their heavily armored shells? It makes them so simple to kill by eliminating a third of their health bar while exposing their weak spots to you on a silver platter. You could also make the grenades shatter armor on hit, stripping them of their pride so they run away in disgrace. It's a 2-in-1 deal as it kills multiple rank and file bugs with 1 shot and severely cripples heavier units by exposing their weak points so you can mercilessly mow them down. Not to mention, there's an overclock that allows you to shoot nuclear warheads. The only dangerous part is the blast radius is so big that the grenade launcher struggles to throw it far enough away from you, leading to situations like this.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
No joke, use this with caution. So needless to say, any bug caught within will die. If not on the initial impact, then the radiation poisoning will do them in. Breech cutter is the best. I love it so much.
the breech cutter is the best weapon in the entire game.
Okay, meta-rating gamers. I'll talk about this overpowered weapon. Do you have a lot of bugs that needs a trim? Breech cutter. Do you have bugs you can't squash with your toes? Breech cutter. After you saw what this does to the little guys, you'd think the developers would balance this gun by making it weaker against bigger units. Just know, anything this weapon is pointed at immediately dies. Praetorians, oppressors, spitball infectors, dead. All fucking dead. I don't know what crack the dev team smoked when they made this weapon, but every time I pull it out, I have a meth power trip with it. Sorry, I had to get that off of my shoulders. The breech cutter, shooting a horizontal laser, is a gun straight out of Dead Space because it does its job by completely dimming everything to death that touches the no-no beam. You know the phrase, the bigger they are, the harder they fall? That's this gun's philosophy. The longer the beam is in contact with the body, the more damage it will deal. For example, the Praetorian may have more health and armor than the average grunt, but they also have more mass. More mass means bigger body. Bigger bodies mean more damage. Simple. To further turn enemies into shredded cheese, use the plasma trail upgrade, which leaves a damaging trail that will kill anything lucky enough to live the death beam. If you want to make any hazard level feel elementary, then just use the breech cutter. Hey, just a quick tip, it could also shoot through walls. The last bug-slaying tools I need to tell you about are the 3 throwables that the Chagineer has to offer. Let's start with the lure, a distraction tool used to, well, lure anything dumb enough into it by doing a funny Fortnite dance. When it is inevitably destroyed by the swarm, it will detonate a shockwave that will electrocute the most dedicated fans on the spot. Sadly, this won't kill any bugs, but come on, it's literally called lure, not kill every bug it touches. That's your job. So if you want a grenade that kills, use the plasma burster. Imagine if you took a stick of C4 and strapped 4 Molotov cocktails around it. That's the plasma burster. It has 4 explosions that deal 60 damage each. Basic math says if all 4 blasts hit something, it dies 100%. So I guess having hot plasma explode around you is a scary experience because it makes anything that lives to witness it run away. The fear factor is so high, it can even frighten stalactites to do your bidding. The last throwable the engineer has is the proximity mine. These require a short setup time after they are thrown. Once set, they detonate anything within its range, dealing lethal to, yeah, we can't piece that back together. Mines are an area denial tool that also kill. Anything that can kill 2 birds with 1 explosion is being used by me. So you may look at what I've said so far and think there's no way the developers gave this class the most fun and creative way to move around the map. The platform gun is without a doubt a gun that adapts to any environment you throw it at. I say throw it at, but what I mean is it shoots foam platforms you could stand on. Need ore that's out of your reach? Make stairs. Have an opening in a wall that bugs could crawl through? Block it. Oh no, fall damage, my only weakness. If only I had a gun that nullifies all and or reduces fall damage. That's right, the bane of wingless animals, gravity, can be defeated by one upgrade that makes the platforms a soft cushion to land on. This leads to moments like this. Use this gun excessively to flex on all the other classes. Be sure to platform ores for your scouts to remind them they are nothing without you. Wait, didn't you forget about something? What? The stubby SMG! Right, the stubby SMG. This thing sucks. But that doesn't mean it's not fun. This is if a MAC-10 and a taser had a baby that disappoints its parents. The taser aspect of this gun is weak. It doesn't electrocute enough and the shock does no damage. On the other hand, the bullets deal as much damage as throwing a single grain of rice at a rock. But hey, all this shit talking isn't gonna make the gun any better. So, with a little bit of love, you can make it outperform its deadbeat parents. Giving it more ammo is a must, in both the reserves and mag capacity. Make it electrocute more often, and please make it deal electrocution damage. See, now this gun is good, in all aspects. So, with everything being covered and said, this video is solid fact. The Engineer is the best class in Deep Rock Galactic. Thanks for watching, like and sub if you want more, and without further ado, here's gameplay of this elegant engineer of extermination. I'll be looking at the living turret next, also known as the gunner. Bye. For real now.